Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Welcome to the Chicken Steak Podcast. I'm your host Bruno, and with me, as per usual, my co-host David.
And the clap of my ass cheek just keep alerting the guards.
Good start.
Yeah. Good morning. It's an early morning podcast for us. Well,
we're recording on a Sunday afternoon or morning, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. Well, I sort of woke up 40 minutes ago, and I'm drinking my second cup of coffee, which you can hear from my morning voice. It's raspy and sultry. Is that even how to use it?
Another 2-week period has passed, and wait, no, hasn't?
No, it has passed.
Oh wait, no, it hasn't. Man, it's like my head's been spaced out recently with a lot of shit going on. But okay, so last week we had our fun topic about parties and shit.
Oh yeah, and dick brews.
But so what have you been up to, man?
So I've stayed at home as a responsible person because I fucked over my arm since last week. It has improved. I've been feeling a lot better, obviously. I've had needles in them, this acupuncture stuff, which is weird. I never thought I would go through that twice. But no, I am on vacation now. I have a week free time and I can do very limited stuff considering COVID. But we bought a Roomba. We finally have a little Roomba, like those vacuum cleaners.
Like the robot vacuum.
Yeah, we have one of those now because we got tired of how often we do not vacuum our apartment.
Mostly because anything stupid, it's already done.
Yeah, no. The issue is because I work with cleaning an entire fucking ward in a hospital. I don't come home and feel like, oh, I need to clean. I don't have that motivation, really. Whilst my girlfriend has the longest fucking... What's it called? Starting point on something? Yeah, it takes forever to start wanting to do anything. And cleaning...
She procrastinates a lot.
Exactly. And especially when it comes to cleaning, she takes days. To do. Yeah, no, it's no joke. It's like when we set up a day where we're gonna like do like general cleanup in our apartment. She's like, oh, it's gonna take me from 10 to 7, and I'm and I was like, I'm beating everything out on like 2 hours, and she's go like, sits in corner, starts getting like excited. She's like, this is going too fast. I can't deal with this. It's like, what are you doing? Just like,
so I guess now you just got a robot to cover it all.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's still dusty on some places, but I mean,
well, yeah, it's not gonna drive on your desk.
Yeah, no, exactly. You just pick it up, put it on the desk.
It's like, no, we're recording the podcast. We're recording the podcast, suddenly you hear
just hear the microphone just tumble over, go like, what the fuck was that? It's like, oh, that's a room by hitting the microphone. It's like, why is it on the floor? Oh no, it's on my desk. It's like, what's the room on the desk? I don't know, felt like it. I've built a ramp. No.
Set up, you know how like you set up for cats all the jumping
platforms?
Yeah. Set up like ramps everywhere for the Roomba. It's like you do tricks.
I just see it on occasion just fall off these shelves because it has poor, like, it will not realize that, oh, that's maybe too steep. So it's just gonna be like dents in the fucking floor from it falling in. Oh man, that's a good. Go Roomba. Go little Roomba. You can do it. The funny part is,
you've had a mostly relaxing week.
Yeah, it's been very nice.
That's good.
Which is why I'm also very tired, because it's like accumulated exhaustion that I can finally just, oh wow, I don't have to feel bad for staying at home being sick, because now I'm actually on vacation and I get paid for it.
Yeah.
So I'm finally just relaxing and it's very nice. Oh.
I'm just doing school from home because, of course, school is not going to happen on location for a while because of COVID.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I can imagine that. But what else have happened to you? You told me something that you sort of cannot really discuss much in detail.
Now, I don't remember. You listened to the last podcast episode, right? Did I even mention that I got a job?
Yes.
So I quit my job. Mainly because it wasn't really what I was looking for. And also because it's kind of annoying to combine it with school right now. Especially because of COVID, I have to do school from home. And I felt like I had no breathing space and all that. But basically quit my job. But I'm not going to talk too much about my job. Which is also why episode 6 has been set to private for now. I'm going to look into some things, but because I've signed an NDA where I can talk about stuff about the company, so mainly this won't be really a topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quit my job. I am getting paid though because I did work a whole week.
Oh,
that's
so
cool.
So that's nice. But
Yeah.
wait, how long were you working there? Because episode 6 and this is episode 14.
Well, episode 6 I was still doing work experience.
Oh, right.
Right after work experience, they offered me a job.
How long were you
And
working
then
there?
So I signed the contract last Friday, and I resigned this Thursday.
Nice, not even a full week.
Well, no, because I resigned, but I worked through the whole week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
you so pretty much just wrote, you scribble your doodle, you scribble your doodle, you doodle your scribble on. Wow, you wrote your name in the contract.
Yeah.
I make it so hard for myself.
Yeah, I signed the contract.
And then you instantly were like, you know what? I'm not feeling it. It's like, yeah, well,
honestly, even when I was about to sign the contract, I was like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this. But I was like, I should probably. And then pretty much a week later, I was like, I can't do this somehow.
Yeah, no. I mean, working and studying at the same time is very hard, especially because I remember when I was going through gymnasium in my last year, I was working, I was also taking my driver's license, and I was doing school. So I was doing driver's license in the morning, I was doing school in the during the day, and then afternoon I was working. That was my entire day, like weeks like that. I burned out pretty fucking fast on that. But hey, I was doing a pretty expensive hobby, so I really wanted to.
Oh, because of airsoft?
Yeah, I was doing airsoft. I think I put down total in gear like 140 euros or something like that. No, 1,400 euros.
Yes, I was gonna say 140 is not a lot.
No, that's like a rifle at most.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I put out in total. I still have a lot of my gear still left, but I'm looking at it going like, I really want to get back into it, but none of the places are close enough that have the range, and I don't. Right now, I think it's like a horrible time for COVID and stuff like that. Even though, considering it,
well, they're all wearing masks.
First of all, everybody is already wearing a mask, and there's at least 2 meters apart from everybody.
Unless you're going melee.
You're never gonna go melee on that one. At best, you're going like standing a meter behind him, going bang, because you do not shoot somebody in the back like that. You're being a cunt if you do that. It's a good way to get slapped. Oh man.
So, what have you been playing recently? Since you've been at home so much.
I threw myself back into old school RuneScape to begin with.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, you did not see this coming whatsoever.
I don't okay. Carry on. What the fuck? I did not expect to hear that.
No, I was like scrolling around, going like, I don't know what to play. I've been playing. What the fuck was I playing before that? Like a lot of Fallout 4, and
Okay.
It's broken. It's so broken right now. I don't know what is going on, but like I can barely play for 30 minutes without it crashing because I have 1 or 2 monsters that are interfering with each other so much that it crashes every fucking time. So it's been a pain. So I finally gave up on that, and I was scrolling around seeing what the fuck I can play, and I saw old school RuneScape being on Steam, and I was like, man, I remember that game. I remember enjoying it. Like, I got such a nostalgia trip since last episode, especially because we were talking about like our first games and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I just threw myself into it and was like, man, this game is fun. I enjoy playing this game. And then I think like I'm 40 hours in right now.
What?
Yeah, I spent like 43 hours in this because it's a lot of passive grinding. So it has just been me sitting there looking at, like, I split my monitor in half. Like, one side I have YouTube videos, the other side I have RuneScape running.
Yeah, that's what most RuneScape players do. That's what I used to do when I played RuneScape.
So I'm just passively grinding on one side and doing other stuff. But I've been doing all the quests as much as I can, obviously, because a lot of them are level capped. But
I'm guessing you're playing on a free-to-play
account. Yes, I'm playing a free-to-play, but I am the part that really grinds my gear right now is that how much is actually behind the membership.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much kept behind the membership thing, and it bugs the absolute hell out of me.
But it's how they keep the game alive.
Yeah, no, obviously. But I think I'm gonna do as much as I feel possible going with, like, doing the free account stuff, and then eventually maybe getting a membership. Because,
well, if I remember correctly, it's only like €7 for a membership, which is comparatively cheap to other MMOs.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But because the membership is every month you have to pay, but I'm thinking like, okay, if I pay for a month, get all the stuff I can get from the membership for free, and then keep it on my free account later on, because that's a possibility. Except I can't do a lot of the grinding stuff like that. It's a mess. I'll see if I feel like putting down that €7 or whatever.
Man, that's weird. I haven't played any PC games in like 2 months. Like, ever since I like initially did that whole game list thing.
Yeah.
And also because of work experience and work, I've had like almost like, compared to what I was used to, like, no time to play games, or like I was too tired to play games. That's why for a second I was surprised, like you said, 40 hours. I was like, that's so fucking much. I'm like, wait, so much.
And
I
then you
used
actually
to put
start thinking, it's like, oh, that's 2 days in total. Obviously, it's 2 days, but it's like I do it on like 2 hours, and I'm doing passive stuff at the same time. So it weighs out.
For me, like, especially with work, most of the time I wouldn't even play anything for like every work day. I would only play on weekends. That's actually interesting, because I've been thinking about maybe playing something like MMO-ish. Like, I always have that itch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. RuneScape might be a thing. I tried RuneScape Mobile not too long ago. Well, it's just old school RuneScape. You just play it on your phone.
Yeah.
Same servers, everything. It wasn't too bad. It's just that I have a very tiny, shitty phone with a cracked screen, so
it must feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like slapping it over for my phone, and I was like, but I have a Steam account. How does that work?
I don't know. I would tell you, but I don't know.
It's like I'll cross that bridge when I feel like doing it.
Well, what I have been playing is, I played a lot of games. Well, comparatively like a handful, but I want to talk about one specific one that I started playing yesterday.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, because this one I think we could talk about a good bit. So, this month for PlayStation Plus, it's like the online membership, and you get free games every month. There's a couple of games I got for free. I got Remnant, if you remember, we played it. This like the Dark Souls with guns.
Yeah.
Some other VR game, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
I got that for free, and I started playing it yesterday. Now, you know, I played the original recently, last year.
Yeah,
and you were there for the most part.
It was me, you, and Alexis doing voiceovers for a lot of the characters.
That's actually a point I'll bring up in a bit. But I've been playing it, like, I started yesterday and played today, like, from when I woke up, and I've put in, like, 4 hours into it. I gotta say, it's fun.
Oh, good.
Because, like, for reference, I played the original, I loved the original, but didn't finish it. I put, like, 20-ish hours into it, and I got to almost to the point where the most spoiled moment in gaming happens.
The sword through...
Yes. But, here, I'm, like, 4 hours in. I'm still in Sector 7, like, next to... What's her name? Tifa's bar.
Yeah.
Because it's weird. The game, like, at moments I'm like, whoa, I remember this from the original, all that. And then it's just like, oh, now there's a complete section that was not in the original. Like, what the fuck? Oh, you see Sephiroth in the beginning of game? He talked to you? What? Who? What the fuck?
I mean,
Aerith gets attacked by ghosts?
Wait,
fucking what?
Wait,
yes? There's a shit ton of stuff they've retconned.
Oh, no.
A main thing I want to bring up about this was why I want to talk about this game. Now, in the past, I was part of the group that said best girl is Jessie.
Yeah.
This remake makes me fucking hate Jessie. She's so fucking annoying.
No.
She's like the trashy, like, girlfriend you go for when you have no other options. She's constantly like, oh my god, Cloud, oh my god, you're so cool. Well, Tifa's like, she has actual character.
Yeah.
Aerith, I haven't
She's not only
talked
tits.
too much, but Aerith has charm. Tifa's got character. Jessie's just like, yeah, Cloud. She's like, fucking Christ.
She's like full on like fangirl is.
Yeah, pretty much. She's pretty much. How I would say is like she needs to be sent to horny jail. Like, there's an entirely new section in the game because a lot of the way like the game is paced is completely different now. There is a whole section I'm doing right now where we have to steal explosives from a Shinra from a warehouse.
Okay.
For the second mission, which doesn't happen in the original whatsoever. And there's a whole section where you drive on motorcycles through a tunnel and attack Shinra soldiers and other bikes, and then a member of Soldier appears, and he's like this super cocky cool who's like, let's dance with our bikes. And during that whole, like, ride, Jessie's like, oh my god, Cloud! She's, like, clutching around you and, like, being, like, very cheeky. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
She's like, ew,
why is Jessie so annoying and horny?
Oh, God.
But, yeah. The combat, this is what I was worried about. This is why I didn't buy the game before. So you have multiple options for like combat settings, but like I've been playing on normal, which is like the intended combat mode, whereas like it's action combat, but you also have like the charge up bars for using abilities and limit breaks and all that stuff. Yeah. And you switch in between characters, and it's such a mishmash of things, so I thought like it would be too confusing and too convoluted. Surprisingly, it works very well.
Oh, that's nice.
But for some reason, like boss fights.
Wait, sorry. Are you having issue with your headphones? Like it keeps falling out of your right ear.
Welcome to my earbuds. How it works. This earbud just constantly comes out. I usually twirl it in my fingers.
Yeah, fair.
But back on topic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You remember in the the Mako reactor, in the one you blow up in the beginning?
Yeah.
There's the big scorpion boss robot.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a quick 1-2 like fight. That shit took me 15 minutes to kill.
Damn. That is like, a boss fight.
It fully has phases where you have to take down its armor, use specific abilities, stagger it, do combat, switch between Cloud and Barret. It's like stressful but fun.
Dang.
Though I can't say I like it more than the original's combat. I could say it's like on like the same level of fun as the original, because I love the original's turn-based combat. But yeah, it's very fun so far. And what I want to bring up about the voice acting is...
Yeah.
So the original has no voice acting.
Obviously.
And the new one, of course, does. And in the original, both Alexis and David did all the voices for the character. I did some as well, but mostly it was them. Some of the things, like, for example, General Heidinger, which is like that big, bearded, Russian-looking guy.
Yeah.
Except for the accent, you had his voice spot on.
What was his voice again?
I was like, it's like typical, like, raspy, like, big guy.
I'm a big guy.
No? More like grunty rasp, like, yes, President Shinra, I will help you.
Yes, President Shinra, I will help you.
Something like that. But what I was laughing about is, like, here President Shinra has, like, the normal, like, yes, we will set them up.
Oh.
And then I remember the voice you gave to President Shinra. Would you be so kind as to try to reenact the voice?
What was it? Was it there? Sure.
No. It was the squealing ones, like...
Yes, it's Shinra.
Yes!
Who could have thought it was like, yes, we will set up a trap for him and...
So weird. And like how everyone was doing different voices for Barrett. Some more questionable than others.
Yes, the very much, yes, I am a very large black man, to, what was one of them?
I gotta say, they were all accurate. Because Barrett literally sounds like that.
Oh no. I really...
And then one more thing is, like, do you remember how Alexis did Wedge's voice?
No.
You ain't living like this, man. I'm Wedge.
That constipated.
So Wedge sounds nothing like that.
It's like it was constantly constipated, which was like so much fun.
Yeah,
What was Sephiroth? It was like a pratty. It was like, I couldn't care what.
No, Sephiroth. Sephiroth sounds like Sephiroth.
Oh, okay, Sephiroth.
It's the
Straight up bored.
He's more like the evil master, more like Cloud. Long time no see.
Would you
Go
like
on,
to suck
run.
this lolly? Wait, what? I will
yeah,
totally betray you later on.
That game is a lot of fun, but like every time something happens off script, so to speak, like not in the original, I'm like, what is happening? Where are we going? This is not in the original. Especially when in Sector 7 they've added like a way to inflate the game time. It's not a bad way, but it's still inflation of game time. They've added side quests.
Oh.
So you just got like random bullshit side quests you can do around town and shit. But it's pretty fun. But yeah, that's my experience so far with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, because when we're looking at a lot of the comments, like, wait, this reminds me a lot of the boy band fantasy.
Oh, I hate Final Fantasy 15. I don't care what anyone fucking says. It's shit. It's shit.
I just like that your chef can just mid-comment go like, I got it! I have a new recipe.
I've got it. I've got a new recipe.
It's like, we're mid-fight, dude. Could you not?
Hey, Noct. Watch out, Imperial's coming. The thing is, I didn't mind the story so much. Two things that annoyed me is, first off, the world is big for no reason.
Yeah.
It's big but empty. And the combat sucks. That's what I was worried about also coming into Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy 15's combat sucks, and I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
It's boring, button-mashy garbage.
I thought you liked bottom mashing. Bottom mashing. Button mashing. Button.
I like to mash some bottoms. I like button mashing when it's done well. When it's just boring, then it's shit. Like Devil May Cry button mashing, that's fun.
Oh man.
Like when you're trying to get that combo up, that's cool. When it's Final Fantasy 15, it's just annoyingly boring.
Fair. No, because I was looking at a lot of it and going like, oh, this might be its downfall, like how they made the combat. But then the way you're describing it, because 15 is very, everything is open. There is just like huge combat arenas, and what I've seen from a lot of the remake, it's been like very, it makes sense. Like all the fighting arenas still make spatial sense. Like they're not.
Yeah, remake does it well because
loaded.
it's like it's not meant to be like this huge open world. It's like there's exploration, but like there's linearity to the fight arenas.
Yeah.
Like you can't exit the fight area when you're fighting. And also the cool thing for using abilities, there's of course shortcuts you can do on a controller, like holding L1 and then like circle or something. But also whenever you press X, it just slows down the time, and you can just choose like cast abilities on this enemy or cast heal on this ally, like classic style, which is great.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that's pretty nice. So that's the game you've been playing.
Yeah.
That's what happened to you. Oh, right, I forgot to say this earlier, because I got burned out on Fallout 4, well, tired of it. I also started playing Slime Rancher again.
Yo!
I've been vibing the hell out of that, and oof, it's enjoyable, but I'm at the point right now going like, I don't know what to do. I need more drones. I need to automate my entire system right now. There's too much to keep track of right now. It's like, oh, I have fruit eaters, I have veggie eaters, I have meat eaters. I have enough of the veggie and the fruits, but the meat is the issue. There's so much meat.
Too many blibby blobs.
Too many blobs. Oh man.
Okay, what do we got next? Oh, so we got a topic. What we wanted to be as kids. Like, what do we want to work as? Why don't you start us off, David?
So, imagine this. The year is wherever the fuck I was when I was 7.
Okay.
I was sitting in my apartment in a little town called Eslöv. It won 2 years in a row the most boring city in the entirety of Sweden. 2 years in a row, my man.
That's an actual reward?
Yes, that's an actual reward you can get. Very proud of it. Pfft, not. And I remember something I enjoyed watching a lot as a kid, because I obviously didn't have a lot of gaming system, because my parents were sort of poor-ish, but I got everything because, like, no, our child needs to get at least some childhood. I watched a lot of documentaries when I was younger, and one of them was The Blue Planet.
Oh, I've seen like recent
like
remakes of the Blue Planet on Netflix.
But the original one, no, it's the same. It's the same. It's the.
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same. It's exactly the same when I was younger, and I've watched it so much. Like, we can turn it on Netflix, and I will start quoting it like word for word, going like with it at the same time, because I watched it so much. It's like I enjoyed it so much, which leads me to the point that I was at like 7 or 8 going like, I know what I want to be when I want to grow up. I want to be a marine biologist. Not a policeman, not a firefighter, not an astronaut. A marine biologist.
That's fair.
I was like, dude, it's so cool with the oceans and the fish and the corals. and I really wanted to be that. And for like the longest of time, and then obviously David got older, and he was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do. And I still don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn 25 this, like, almost a month. Oh dude, I'm turning 25. I'm getting old. I'm halfway to 50.
I mean, I can see your girlfriend just go crazy in the background.
What? Yeah? Oh yeah, no, she's just laughing at me. That's fun.
I mean, think about it. I'm not that far off. Like, around the same amount of time, I'm going to be 21. It's like 4 years less.
Oh, look at you, little baby.
Fuck you.
No, joking. But no, that's what I wanted to be when, like, for the longest time. And then when I grew up, and I think I started in, when I was, I think, 13, 14. I wanted to be a chef for some reason, because I really enjoyed cooking. Because my parents, something I'm grateful for, that they did was very early on. They said like, "Oh, you want to help us in the kitchen, like menial stuff," while they were cooking. So I very early on got got enjoyment of like being in the kitchen cooking and doing like dishes. So I was like, yes, I want to be a chef when I grow up, or when I'm done with everything. And then when it got to time when I was going to select what higher education I wanted to do, not university, but like the part before, like high school or whatever the fuck it is in or like
it's just whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's like we call it gymnasium, but if you say gymnasium, people think it's something else. But it's high school, I guess.
Basically, the point where you can already select a career path.
Yeah. The funny part is like it's a 3-year education on that career path, but the majority of people who do that does not continue working in that field. It's either something you like. The majority of people say, do something you will enjoy, that will either make you understand what you want to do, or pick something that will give you high enough grades to pick whatever the fuck you want to do. I went with the first one because I did not have high grades at all. Big surprise. No, and I remember like talking to my parents, like, yes, I want to be a chef, and they were like, no. You have to have something that will give you the opportunity to pick a higher education afterwards, like a university preparing course and stuff like that. And they pretty much said, no, you're not picking chef. You're not gonna become a chef or like nothing like that, because it's like, okay, fine, I'll pick something else then. And then years after, I remember walking down the street with my mom, and she was like, we were talking like, what would I gonna pick for education? And she says like, oh, maybe you should pick chef. And I was like, I got mad at her. I was like, how you have the balls to say that I should pick chef after pretty much doing everything in your power to tell me not to do that. You fucking Dumbo.
God.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was a kid. Either a marine biologist or a chef. That's such a polar opposite, because
I'm gonna have even like a weirder set.
What?
I haven't even like a weirder way of looking at what I want it to be.
Oh yeah, go on.
So early on as a kid, I think like first prominent thing is because as a kid I played with Legos a shit ton. Like I was obsessed with Legos.
Oh, same.
And I found out that you can be hired as like a set designer for Lego.
Okay.
So like your whole job is just designing like sets for like Star Wars or whatever. It's like, yo, I want to do that. That sounds cool. Like full on just people that just like, you know, like you buy Lego sets, someone designs those.
Yeah.
There's a set profession for that.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
And I was always like, man, that'd be a cool job. But that kind of like faded away. It's like as I stopped caring about Legos as much, and I got into gaming more. And then I also wanted to be a chef. I think that's like a common thing, honestly. Especially if like early on you're let to help your parents cook, you get like this knack for cooking. But I realized quickly that I don't want to. Cooking is like a passion for me, and I don't want to turn that type of passion into a profession.
Yeah, when something you enjoy becomes your everyday, is then a passion anymore? Like that's something you have to keep in mind.
Kind of, yeah. Which is like for a while I was considering, but I was like, nah. And then this is gonna sound weird because I don't really have an explanation why I wanted to do it. I still kind of think it would be cool to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to go to law school. I wanted to become a lawyer.
Because you were very argumentative of you. So.
I guess it was in my nature, and like I just thought like the whole process of like being like doing court and stuff like that and being a lawyer, I just thought it was cool. So like for a while I actually considered going there. Main reason I didn't, like, which I decided like the age of 15 is like, I don't want to study law. That's so much shit to learn.
It's like I have to have high grades and I can't be bothered.
Yeah, literally.
Even though like your entire fucking school system works that the higher your grades you get, the better you're gonna get paid every month. Or
well, that
like
depends on the school.
Yeah, well, fair. That's pretty much what I've understood, like how your school system with pay works.
Yeah,
sort of.
Well, it's weird.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into depth with that stuff.
No.
But then it was around the age of 16. Well, like I finished the basic education that you're like it's mandatory you have to do, and then you can go out to do middle education. We call it here. Which, like, that's the middle part you do so you can go actually do higher education. Yeah. And here, for middle education, you can either do just normal one or professional, middle education,
for example,
where you get, like, a specific professional.
Picking, TV and media creation versus chef.
Yeah, for example, like that. So, I was like, at that point in life, I was like, man, I have my dreams, but then I'm like, I have to also look at reality. Yeah. And from there till pretty much now, I was just like, I'm just gonna go with what realistically works, which is IT. Yeah. I just went to study IT because, like, I'm okay with computers. I pick up stuff quick. Yeah. So I've been studying that for. Well, no, I was gonna start IT. Yeah. I went to the school. When I came to sign up, all the IT courses were full. So I signed up for an electronics course.
Right, I remember you doing that.
Yeah, for a year I did electronics actually, which is cool. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't actually wouldn't mind it of staying in electronics, because it was cool. It was like literally working with circuits and soldering and all that stuff. Yeah. It's pretty fun, but it was a lot of physics. So I was like, because back then my physics was even worse than now. Yeah,
physics is one of those courses that are not fun.
Around the time I would end the first year, I decided that I'm going to drop out of this year and I'm going to start over in IT, which I wanted to do initially. Yeah. So and now I'm in my 4th year, which is the last year of IT, so I've been going to this school for 5 years now.
Wait, how long is the IT course? 4 or 5 years?
4. All the courses in this school are 4 years long. I did first a year of electronics, and now I'm about to finish 4 years of IT.
Oh, damn. Like, for example, here, the common... For any, like, not practical, but theoretical courses here are 3 years. And if you want to do, like, more specific, they get longer, obviously.
Here it's like if I did just normal middle education, it'd be 3 years.
Okay,
but because I did a specific profession, you do 4 years, because the 4th year is specifically the exam for you to be certified as an IT technician.
Oh, okay, so you get your certification too. So you can actually, when you finish, work with it. Because,
I can go
like
work.
You said, work experience.
Yeah, I can work. Of course, I can't become an admin, but I can become an IT technician.
All right.
But also because I'm about to finish middle education, this is the last part in my road of my path to enlightenment or education, let's say, where I can choose what I still want to do. And I've pretty much decided that I'm going to go do game design. All right. Because that's like what I've always wanted to do. Like I said before, like I had my dream job and then my realistic job, because my dream job was either be a voice actor or be a game designer. So I'm gonna go study game design and maybe become a game developer.
It's like, what's specific in game design? Like, is it environmental? Is it detail work?
It's an overall course, so you learn graphic design, programming, then like building a game, like story-wise, programming-wise, level-wise, all that.
So you get
all
the
an overall
jazz.
Course. Yes. Right. And then also there will be work experience opportunities both here in my country and international companies.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Who knows? Maybe I'll fucking work for, I don't know, Bethesda. Imagine that! I'll work on Elder Scrolls 6.
No, I wanted to go with fucking. Did you know that Microsoft fucking bought up Bethesda?
Yeah, I do know.
Oh, and Todd Howard went like, yeah, them buying us up will prevent similar things like Fallout 76 to happen again. Yes, obviously it will, but bruh, he straight up acknowledged that yeah, we scammed you boys.
Man, scammed. I didn't even think about that. What if I did go to work for Bethesda? They wouldn't hire me.
No, they would just go through your track record and go like, "Oh, you."
Best case scenario, I think.
Best case scenario, they would look at you and go like, "Oh, you bought Skyrim how many times? 7?"
I could recite the whole intro. No. Will that get me hired?
I mean,
You're finally awake.
Fuck you.
But what I just thought of is like, since I'm located in Latvia, a very easy thing for me is just go to Sweden. Because Sweden has a shit ton of developers.
Oh yeah, I think Ubisoft is the one that is in Malmo.
You have DICE, you have Starbreeze, you have... Fuck, you have way too many to name even.
We have a lot of indie companies. For example, the company that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2 actually.
Yep.
He went to my fucking community college to like the lead designer and the CEO of the company went and talked at our school about Little Nightmares, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. And we actually got a sneak peek on Little Nightmares 2, and I was like, yo, this is cool. I still don't want to do anything about game development, but yo, this is cool.
Because for me, I've always wanted to make games.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, considering what I want to do now, after a lot of and buts and stuff like that, like I wanted to be a nurse first, after years and years of thinking, but I'm more leaning into sound design or sound technician, anything with sound.
Yeah.
Because something you have to keep in mind, like sound design is everything we have around us, like the bloops and bleeps from your computer to the buses, trains, anything is considered sound design. If it's radio, if that's still gonna be around, TV, movies, stuff like that, everything has sound design in it. Theater for that part too, and I would enjoy doing that, to be honest. So I've been leaning more to that part.
What I think I would love to do is for games specifically level design.
Oh god,
because level design has been like a thing that's always been like interesting for me. Like thinking of the layout, like balancing like appealing level design with gameplay practicality, all that, like I find that interesting. Because I always like notice when playing games with like linear games and open games how they're designed so the player can have an immersive experience but also a fun experience.
Yeah. Because something like, sure, I enjoy large like open world games. The issue is that a lot of them are very empty.
Like most Ubisoft games.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, straight up, yes, they're just empty. And for example, Breath of the Wild is a very good example. I love that game to death, but it is a very empty game, and I really wish there was more to do than what's in it, because it's very much like point A to point B. It takes you 10 minutes, but nothing really happens in between, and it gets boring after a while, unfortunately.
From what I've seen, like I've looked at like community made videos about Breath of the Wild. In a way, I think that's like a part of the core design of the game, because in a way the game is like made to be very sandboxy. So I think they give you all this like open space so you can just experiment and mess around with. Because I like look at videos of like people combining all the fucking tools with timing, where they like launch themselves fully across the map to like get to like a certain tower or point. I'm like, I think like they made it that vast and open, both to make of course the world feel bigger and like more impressive, but also I think it like to give space for creativity.
Yeah, no, it's like something I felt was, and a lot of the people that talked about this game was a lot of the dungeons. They're very boring. Some of them are very fun to do. Other ones are absolute pain. For example, all of the gyroscope dungeons are absolute trash. I'll say it. I'll repeat it. I fucking hate them. Because here's the thing. You tilt it forward, it doesn't go forward. It will go that way. It's dumb how it works. I've literally needed to take my Switch, turn it upside down, look under it, because it will not stay like that if I press B, like if I cancel, go out of it, and then turn back my screen to see what the fuck I'm doing, because it will reset itself. Because I was like, oh, it's reset, but you have to turn your I'm doing none of the audio listener can see this, but I'm doing this
Just
with it.
flipping it around randomly.
I'm full on, just flipping, turning it like a motherfucker. I hate them. Whoever designed them, I'm sorry. Fuck you. I hope your soup will always be cold.
Oh god, that's mean.
Yeah, no, that's how much I hate it.
Okay, and I guess one more topic we got for today is a topic I literally thought of yesterday because I was just chilling out watching YouTube. Yeah. What's like some weird stuff you watch like frequently on YouTube that like people would find weird or unusual?
Would you consider spiders and reptiles unusual?
I guess like videos about insects.
I mean, especially like okay, no, if it is very much out there, is police breakdowns of shootings and stuff like that. I think that's one of the top ones that is not very well known. Like I do not care about going into law enforcement whatsoever. Do I have respect for law enforcement? Yes, absolutely. Do I know that in every occupation there are assholes in them? Yes, fully aware. There's no talking about it. There will be a minority of people that are just gonna be idiots. But it's like it's very, how to put it, breakdown situation. His name is called Donut Operator, actually.
Oh, I think I've seen some of his videos.
Yeah, no, I enjoy his style of how he breaks.
I think he made the video on like why this police officer carries like 300 rounds.
Yeah, why he carries 145 rounds extra, because in one shootout, he literally hits the suspect on multiple vital spots, like heart, lung, head even.
I think he hit him with like 20 bullets or something.
Mm-hmm. And something he keeps reminding, I will never trust my life with a taser, because, big surprise, taser does not always work. And he have multiple videos showing why they do not work. And he has, on a lot of the breakdown, he goes, a bullet is not an automatic off switch. People's bodies do weird shit and crazy stuff when they get shot. Especially if, like, for example, that video where he gets shot in 20 places and multiple of them are vital spots, and he keeps on firing at him. And the only way that I remember, like, the way he ended the gunfight was he looked under his car, pointed his gun, and the suspect looked down, and he ricocheted a bullet up into the suspect's head and ended the gunfight. And he was on his last 4 rounds or something like that. It was like, yo. But yeah,
I remember the best part is like the medics, when they got the body, they're like, why the fuck did you shoot him so much?
It's like, why did you shoot him so many times? And it was like, my dude, people do weird, like, bodies are crazy. And also, shot in the leg does not always work. Or, actually, there's a higher chance of missing. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go through that. I've had this discussion many of time, and putting it simply, bullets do weird things when they enter a body. If it hits a bone, it will bounce around. No fucking joke. You can get shot in the leg, and the bullet could exit from your fucking, what's it called, from your shoulder. That's how weird bullets work in human bodies. But yeah, no, police breakdowns is one of them. And second one is just cute. Is a channel called Billy Speaks, and it's a cat just going around pressing buttons. Like, the owner had taught its cat to press a button that says, like, food, mad, happy, pets, worm, or in this case, worm is like a toy. And it's like minute long, very sweet. Like, the cat goes up, press a button, goes like, mad, 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 mad. It's like, why are you mad, Billy? Do you want pets? No. It's just, I'll send you the channel. It's such a fun
I've seen like videos similar to what you're talking about.
But it's just, it warms my heart and it's fun to watch. It's like those are polar opposite things that I watch on YouTube.
I have two things that I watch. The first one is like more interesting. The second one, I think you're just gonna go like, what? But I'll start with the more interesting one. So a thing I frequently watch are channels that cover unsolved crimes and unsolved internet mysteries.
Yeah.
Like channels like Nexpo mainly. Nexpo's like the biggest one, and he has like awesome production quality. He like makes like full on like almost like cinematic experiences.
Oh, so
with,
like
his videos.
like a short documentary.
Well, yeah, these are all pretty much short documentaries. With Nexpo, like he pushes like make it almost like cinematic sometimes with like dramatizing some things.
Nice.
And like I don't remember the other channels, but there's like a handful. And like my main interest is in like the internet mysteries because it's interesting to like look at stuff that's like happened in like from the dawn of the internet to like now to stuff like that's unsolved and what theories people have and maybe some that have been solved. Also like one that's like less like about creepy stuff but also covers internet mysteries specifically is a channel called Wang. You might know. Maybe it's he's this cool Asian guy. That's such a shit way to describe someone. I'm sorry.
Wow, this is a cool Asian guy.
But he makes like just videos about any topic, just about like stories from the internet, like weird like viral videos from 15 years ago, or like a weird band that can't be found from like the 70s. And all these videos are cool. The issue I have is because I love the unsolved crime cases is they make me paranoid as hell. Yeah. Because, like, I'll watch that. And also, I guess I could also mention that I watch a channel called Biographics a lot. Which just, like,
I've heard about that one.
Makes, like, mini documentaries about, like, certain historical figures. Like, talk about, like, for example, serial killers, like, presidents, famous writers or painters and all that. But that's, like, the main, like, interesting thing is that I watch. But then there's the why I wanted to bring up this topic.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I spend like on YouTube just watching memes because I just want to, like
Are you watching a VTuber?
No.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't say that's weird. I would just say that's meh. Like what I'm gonna say, it's like it's not like uncomfortable weird. You're just gonna be like, what? Right. So I watch first off a lot of memes because of course like I gotta watch some funny videos just to spend time. But a thing I picked up on watching 2 years ago because my friend kind of got me into it is I watch Japanese ad compilations.
Bro.
Like full on just compilations of Japanese ads
like
from TV.
Those weird ads from the 70s and 80s because...
No, like just even like modern ones.
Oh.
Because modern ones are still, like, you find a lot of weird ones, a lot of cool ones. For example, there's commercials for water, like bottled water, like Japanese, like, for, I don't know, but I could compare it to, like, Evian or something like there, but, like, basically bottled water. And the ad is, like, full-blown anime. For water! And I'm just like, what?
Damn.
And then, like, all these, like, phone companies and credit card companies, they got these big, like, chicken mascots that talk. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'll just sit down for, like, 3 hours, just binge watch Japanese ads.
Damn. Oh my god. Speaking of weird stuff, you know what we should do for an episode?
What?
So, me and my girlfriend tend to do something when we're hella bored. We both hate BuzzFeed. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
We tend to do, on occasion, these BuzzFeed quiz. For example, what sandwich are you?
Oh, me and Alexis did that on one of the first episodes.
Oh, okay. But it's like, what sandwich are you based on what bed you sleep in? Like, stuff like that. Like, they're so wacko. It's like,
we need to get Alexis on for an episode like that.
Oh, yeah,
because he loves quizzes.
Oh, it would be so funny to do one of those, like, especially, like, if you have 3 people, like, everybody choose their option, go, like, oh, I am X amount of years old because I picked tuna sandwich or something like that. Oh my god.
Okay, I think this is where we're gonna wrap up this week's episode.
Yeah.
It's been man, this episode went by fast.
Yeah, actually, surprisingly enough, especially considering that we had 4 topics and we just, I was feeling
Got
like
through 3.
Yeah, we've gone through 3 of them, and I was thinking, it's like, maybe this should just be a free-form podcast, and, well, almost every podcast has been like that, so
But okay, guys, thank you for tuning in again to our semi-weekly podcast. I've been your host, Bruno. With me has been my co-host, David. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we hope you tune in for the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.